Hey guys, Dan here from CLE Tech, and today we're going to unbox and get my first impressions of the all-new ZTE Axon 7. So let's get into it. So I loved last year's ZTE Axon Pro, and this year's Axon 7 is the anticipated follow-up to that device. The Axon comes in this fancy all-white box, and aside from the phone itself, you do get a few additional accessories included in the box. So inside you'll find your quick charge wall adapter, a USB-C cable, and a pair of headphones that match the white and gold color scheme found throughout. You will also get some information guides, an additional screen protector, a clear TPU case, SIM card ejection tool, and a micro USB to USB-C adapter. Now for those of you who might not know, this phone is only $399 off contract and goes right up against the OnePlus 3 in both price and specs. Speaking of specs, the Axon phone has a 5.5-inch QHD display, a Snapdragon 820 chipset, 64 gigs of internal storage with 4 gigabytes of RAM, but there is another model with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, a 20 megapixel rear-facing camera, and a 3250 mAh battery. Now unfortunately, this version here is not the 6 GB of RAM model, but it is the one at the introductory price of $399. And so if you're interested in a comparison to the OnePlus 3, this is going to be your best bet and the closest one. Build quality is certainly at a premium here. Definitely one of the best for a phone of this price range, or really at any price range for that matter. The Axon 7 comes fully equipped with stereo speakers, capacitive navigation buttons, and a rear fingerprint sensor, all encompassed by this gold aluminum body. The device feels great in the hand, and all of the buttons and ports are placed in pretty much standard and acceptable places. Now, I've only had this phone for roughly 24 hours, and so far I have been a bit disappointed with the software. Last year, the thing I loved most about the Axon Pro is the fact that it ran a very clean and minimal version of Android, almost pure Android. This year, although it's not a super heavy skin, it is a bit different, and I'm not quite sure if I like it or not. The lock screen is something that I really do not like, and that's mostly the way it handles notifications. So essentially, the notifications are always hidden until you click this bell in the upper left-hand corner. If there is a red dot on the bell, then you have a new notification. Click it again and your notifications are hidden and the red dot goes away. I would have at least liked to control whether or not I wanted this feature on, but I have not found any settings for this quite yet, and hopefully ZTE might change that if enough people kind of admit that they don't like this. Again, I've only had this phone for 24 hours, so I might have missed a few things when diving around the settings menu. We will go through all of the settings and additional features in my full review, but software aside, this phone works flawlessly and is super snappy and responsive. Again, most phones with these specs usually have no issue with the hardware and software playing nicely together, but it's reassuring to know that this phone will be super quick in performance. Best part about Android, of course, is all the things that I didn't really like so far. You can customize and change the things that you don't like to something that you do, and I have been slowly getting around to doing that with this device. Now, I haven't had a chance to take many pictures with the Axon 7 yet, but I really do like the quality of the images that it has taken so far. Here are a few sample photos from the Axon 7. As you can see, this 20 megapixel sensor will be more than enough for you everyday smartphone photographers, and we'll get into more information in my full review about this camera. Finally, the last thing that I would like to point out is the sound quality that comes from this phone in both the stereo speakers and when using wired headphones. One of Axon 7's main draw is its sound quality, and so far this guy has yet to disappoint. The speakers sound amazing and are super loud with great attention to detail, and when you plug in the headphones, the Dolby Atmos Equalizer app is quite good at helping you bolster up your quality when wearing headphones. We will get into more of this all in the full review, but please let me know what you'd like to see and what you want me to focus on, and which phones you want me to compare the Axon 7 to. Thanks for watching, guys. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on this phone or other videos that I might have in the future, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, Dan here from CLE Tech, and today we're going to unbox and get my first impressions of the all-new ZTE Axon 7. So let's get into it. So I loved last year's ZTE Axon Pro, and this year's Axon 7 is the anticipated follow-up to that device. The Axon comes in this fancy all-white box, and aside from the phone itself, you do get a few additional accessories included in the box. So inside you'll find your quick charge wall adapter, a USB-C cable, and a pair of headphones that match the white and gold color scheme found throughout. You will also get some information guides, an additional screen protector, a clear TPU case, SIM card ejection tool, and a micro USB to USB-C adapter. Now for those of you who might not know, this phone is only